Hello everybody and welcome back to Trauma Dump. I'm Lou Wilson, talented actor and funny man. Now for those of you who tuned in to the program last week, I want to apologize. I was trying to do something big, something never before seen on Twitch or any other platform for that matter, and maybe I didn't have everything I needed to do it. I can be honest, sometimes at the party, you gotta let people know you've run out of chips. And we were out of chips last week. We were out of chips. Kale the PA, he never had the chips to begin with, and that was a huge mistake on my part to trust him. Bree, our director, I like her, but she was a little loose. And she's promised to tighten it up today. And I was giving 110%. I always do. That won't change. But I'm happy to say that the chips are back. We've refilled the chip bowl. Paul, our mental health expert, is here again. Welcome, Paul. Thanks for coming back.
Thank you, Lou.
Your teeth look great, man.
They do?
They really do.
Oh my God.
Now, the show must go on because the world needs this change. And I'm a champion of that change. So nothing's gonna stop us from reaching our inevitable goal of changing the entire world with content. So let's have a fucking great time. All right, you know how we do it, Paul. You're back in the building. I was thinking we'd kick it off with a fan question. This one.
Sorry, real quick, Lou.
Yeah.
I'm so curious. What happened last week?
It was good, man. We had a great fucking time. Chad had a great time. I had Kale on. And
is Kale a different therapist?
Kale's the PA. You probably saw him for a second on the first episode. He probably brought you we didn't have your lunch, but he brought the lunches that was missing your lunch.
Okay.
And so then he probably went out to get it again to get your lunch. But so that's Kale.
Got it.
And so I did your role for a little bit. I was like we did the flower. And
you did my role.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because I've been listening to all the stuff, all the knowledge you've been giving us and putting down. So I did that for a little bit, and then Kale was doing my thing, but he wasn't doing it right, so we kind of switched places.
Oh. What do you mean not doing it right?
Well, it was just like he was talking about his dad and some stuff that he was bringing it down, and I had to bring it back up, so
he was bringing it down.
Yeah. He was doing the juggling thing, and it was doing the thing that we always talk, like the reason we do the skills when we were juggling the limes the other day is because he kind of unlocked some stuff in you, and so it was unlocking some stuff in him, but it was like the wrong kind of stuff. So we had to I had to put a hand on the wheel,
And did the juggling thing unlock stuff in you?
No, because I couldn't do it. I was having a hard time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like maybe you were doing a good job if you were getting him to talk about his dad.
Well, he's been in therapy before, so he kind of knows how it goes,
I see.
And I think he was maybe a little bit more open. He was really willing to go there, and I had to, it just didn't feel. Chat wasn't feeling the vibe, and
Okay.
we weren't having a.
Yeah.
It was a little messy.
What were they saying? How do you know chat doesn't feel the vibe?
Oh, they throw some 7s in the chat. They throw some 4s in the chat. I was checking in with chat. And but yeah, it wasn't great as it was great as in vibes, but it wasn't great in terms of the kind of change I'm hoping to bring. And
sure.
And that, so we had to. It was really cool that I appreciate you answering my phone calls, because it was just, we're not getting where we need to go.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll's not gonna get on board if we can't kind of get it right.
Okay.
Yeah. So thanks for coming back.
Of course. Yeah. I want to help you get it right, and that's why I was asking about last week, because I want to know what wasn't working, what would work today.
Yeah. I was also out here alone for a while, and I don't know, it doesn't feel like you can kind of doing it alone didn't feel right.
What'd you do when you were alone?
Oh, I did some Duolingo, juggled.
Did some Duolingo, on your...
Yeah, it's another, juggling another skill.
Just practiced Duolingo on your phone?
Yeah. And then, I answered a fan question.
I think I sat on one.
Oh yeah, that was probably one from last week.
Can I see it?
Sure.
Hey Lou, this is Jessica in LA. I recently had a fight with one of my oldest friends and I don't know what to do about it. Can you help? P.S. I love you in season 1 and also your one episode in season 2 of the guest book on TBS. They should have brought you back for the full season.
They should have. Well, but respect to Greg Garcia. I appreciate him hooking it up.
What did you say to this?
Oh. I said, I was like, when you got a lot of friends, having one maybe not work out is like, you keep on moving,
When you have a lot of friends, having one not work out. Does she say it didn't work out? She said she had a fight, right?
Yeah.
You can have a fight without it just ending.
Well, yeah, 100%. With 100%, you can't.
Sorry, that should turn that into a question. Do you have to end a friendship when you have a fight?
No, of course not.
Okay.
They apologize.
Actually, would it help if I apologized for last week?
What?
Would it help if I apologized?
Do you feel like you need to apologize?
I actually don't know. I think there's a part of me that... Let me tell you how I see it.
Yeah, of course, man.
At the start of the show, and I didn't know what this is, and I want to do what you want to do, and I got a couple different messages. The primary one being that you wanted to make something like tight and awesome, right?
Yeah, sick, cool.
That makes me think you want to do something that your audience is going to really like. So I asked what your audience would really like. And then you said like something basically raw and like what therapy is, right?
Yeah.
So I was trying to basically make that happen on the judgment that you wanted to do something that maybe also was a little bit like you wouldn't do it on your own because it's not actually easy. That's my job.
No.
It's like to get it to the place where you say you want it to go. But then as I tried to get it there, it seemed like you were very hesitant. And maybe I pushed too hard. What do you think? Did I push too hard?
No, man. Like, I think, like, you were trying to get at the real stuff. And it was just, I was having a really hard time, like, feeling like we were making the show that's, like, kind of me while going where we needed to go. And I was just like, can we find a different way to get there that just is a little bit more,
Smiles.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. You want raw smiles.
I mean, I think chat would love raw smiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can give us some raw smiles.
Yeah.
Yeah. What makes you have a raw smile?
Like, like when you do something hard and you get to the other side and it's like,
Accomplishment.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want to accomplish?
Change.
Change?
Yeah.
What kind of change?
Making people think about the world and mental health in a more positive way.
What about yourself would you want to change?
I mean, there's a lot of I would like I would love to be like I would love if people when they thought of me they thought of kind of really that's not like about myself. What do I want to change about myself? I mean, I love me, Chad loves me. There's a lot of great things, but I could always be more,
Yeah, would you want to love yourself even more?
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to love themselves more,
Yeah. Okay, so let me ask you this. Scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the most, 1 being the least. How much do you feel you love yourself?
11, man.
So you're actually above the maximum.
supposed to max it,
Okay,
man.
that's awesome.
When I got it this good,
So we can't really go any higher, I guess.
I mean, can we? You know, we can probably go to 12.
Let me ask you that. Can you?
Probably, yeah.
Is there room for it?
I mean, if we've already broken the ceiling, what if we just kept climbing, man?
Sure. So if there is any space, can we technically agree that maybe you're at like a 9 or something like that?
Sure, we
Right.
can. Hey, technically,
Yeah.
technically.
So if you're at a 9 right now, what does a 10 look like? How would you know you were getting a little higher? What would indicate to you were starting to love yourself even more?
That's a good question. That's a good question. That's a good question. Um, uh, where's- um, uh, can we go to another question?
Why is that one? Does that make you feel uncomfortable, or is it just hard to have an answer?
It's hard to have an answer.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Hey, Kale, can I get a water?
Yes.
Yeah, thanks, man. Sorry, I just need a water real quick.
That's all right.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Hi, Kale.
Hey, hi.
You're the star of last week.
Oh, yeah, Stars is generous term.
I'm gonna take the labels off.
Yes.
I'm gonna take the labels.
Forgot them.
They're not a sponsor.
Can we hold that?
Oh, thank you. I didn't realize I was getting.
Did Kale get your lunch order?
Huh?
Did Kale get your lunch order?
I can grab that while I'm here.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, what did you want?
What are we ordering from?
Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's.
Is that a sandwich or something?
Yes.
Just give me what you're getting.
Yeah. Okay, so just hang on.
Yeah.
That's what he's getting.
I'll get a sandwich.
Yeah.
Of some kind.
Great.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes. Okay.
Thanks, Kale.
Yes.
Thank you, Kale.
Thanks, Kale. What were we talking about?
You're like very good at drinking water. That's what that
I'm
looked like to me.
thirsty,
Yeah. Okay, so you're at a 9 with loving yourself, right? Let me ask you a different question. What is an 8?
Can we do the fan question?
What's your fan question?
Yeah, can we do the fan question?
Yeah, let's do the fan question.
Okay, great. Yeah. Hey, Lou, I haven't talked to one of my friends in a long time because I feel like they owe me an apology. How do I tell them this without taking any responsibility for doing something wrong myself, because I don't feel like I did anything wrong now or ever before, if I'm being honest? Thanks. Oh, P.S. This is Deborah or something.
This is Deborah or something?
Yeah.
Cool name. What do you think about that?
I think it's a really good question.
It's a really good question. How do I get this person who I think owes me an apology to apologize?
Yeah.
Yeah. Without owning anything as
Yeah.
their own responsibility. There's a lot of ways people wind up going about doing this, healthy and unhealthy. If we're talking about like how she maybe is gonna go do it, or people do it, it's just sort of being passive aggressive and or even manipulative. But if you want to do it in like the just, I don't know, I would say maybe the healthiest way. Tell them that you're hurt. Tell them that you're hurt.
Word.
Yeah. And also tell them that an apology would matter, because a lot of times people may not think that what they have to say or offer back, would be of any value. You give them a way out. Like, tell them what it is that would help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what if like you're not hurt because you're like, you can't be stopped?
Well, Deborah said she's hurt, right? Deborah or something said that she's hurt.
No, she didn't say that.
She didn't?
No, hey Lou, I haven't talked to one of my friends in a long time because I feel like they owe me an apology. How do I tell them this without taking any responsibility for doing something wrong myself? Because I don't feel that I did anything wrong now or ever before, if I'm being honest. Thanks. Oh, P.S. This is Deborah or something.
So why do you think she wants an apology?
I don't know. She just, feels like maybe she's owed one,
Why?
Because, I'm sure she was like trying to do something and, it just didn't feel like, that the other person in the situation was being as helpful. And, she's just like hoping to kind of move forward kind of toward that more positive place.
I think, but it's a little implicit, right? We don't know her situation, but we know if she wants an apology.
But we can like infer a lot of stuff, yeah.
Okay. Why can we infer a lot of stuff?
I don't know. You just feel like, she's one of us,
She's one of us?
In the general sense of like
one of who?
The human family.
So you just sort of get humans enough that we can infer a lot about her situation.
I
agree. I think I can infer that she's probably hurt.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes?
A little bit.
Okay. Oh, good. So, now I've gotten lost. Sometimes I get lost. Talking to you, Lou.
Hey, what's up? I'm an enigma in some ways. I'm of a rich texture.
A bit of a maze, I would say. Yeah. A lot of misdirections.
I keep it interesting.
You do keep it interesting for sure. Oh, so I was saying she should just tell the person that she's hurt. Do you agree?
She could.
Yeah.
I just feel like she doesn't want to bring that energy into the space right now.
Yeah. What's that energy?
Just feels like, bringing it down.
Is that bringing it down? I mean, that's kind of maybe a way to get it back up.
Okay, she's hurt.
Are we role-playing as Deborah right now?
I'm not role-playing as anything. I'm just giving you context to the fan question.
Let's role-play as you be Deborah and I'll be the friend.
Great. Do I got to do a voice or something, or can I just talk like myself?
Capture the spirit of her thinking. You don't have to impersonate her, but you are an actor, so if you want to, go ahead.
Shit, yeah. She didn't say it in my credits.
Should I really quick put this somewhere, like so it's not on camera?
Yeah, you just put it down.
Just put it down?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
I'm sorry, I only asked for one water. Kale should have just gotten it from me.
I just don't know what to do with my hands.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I guess, so you just want me to speak as Deborah? I just feel like I put everything together, and I got a crew, and I got a sign, and I did all this work, and it just felt like I was... Kale, what are you doing?
Just trying to be helpful.
Kale, let's go. I'm role-playing right now. I'm sorry about that.
You're doing a really good job.
I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah. I just feel, as Deborah, like I worked really hard to put all this stuff together, and the sign was super expensive, and I just want to... There's so much I want to do, and I'm working really hard, and I thought you were a good friend to help me do this. And then it just felt like when I was trying to zig, you kept zagging, and I really want to do this with you because I do like you, but I don't know, it was tough to have you keep trying to zag when I was zigging.
Sorry I made you feel that way.
You mean Deborah, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm Deborah's friend right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
How about that, chat?
Yeah.
How about that?
How much was this sign?
$3,500.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I maxed out 2 credit cards.
You maxed out 2 credit cards for this?
They were nice enough to split it into 2 payments.
What was It is a funny sign.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah. I want to ask about it, but I don't think I don't want to zag too much.
Well, you can't zag because you're not Dipper's friend.
I can zag.
You can't zag.
Do you have any trauma? You don't. Yeah. You know how I conceive of trauma? It's just like anything that was negative enough that it's still affecting your behavior. It can be very small or it can be very big. Any negative memory. So for instance, like if you grew up and you just had like an awful cat, right? And this every time you saw this cat, it would attack you. So now every time you see a cat, you're a little bit on guard, right? That's just like a very, very small version, but it actually functions very similar to how major trauma affects us in life. And it's worthwhile to process it so that you're not always hating cats, because there's a lot of cats in life. And there's basically 2 ways to handle it when you have a situation like that. You can either spend your life avoiding that thing, right? Which is actually a really effective way to deal with it. But when that thing is like a cat, where it's just all over the world, you'd rather process it than avoid it, because since you can't avoid it and you don't want to live your whole life in defense, it makes sense to kind of process it. Does any of that make sense? Or am I making sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely like, I mean, I feel like when I think about trauma, I'm like,
Big things.
huge things.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be big at all.
You know.
Yeah. Anything come to mind, like things that have just like, that still bother you?
Yeah. Lots of like little things.
Yeah, like what?
You know. I have a hard time in like the passenger seat of cars.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
My dad like rear-ended somebody once when I was a kid.
How did he react?
I think it wasn't bad. It was like closer to a fender bender, but I think it was just like I was really not ready for it.
Yeah, how old are you?
It's like 7.
Yeah, yeah. Did he get really emotional about it?
No, he was pretty chill.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like crying a lot.
Yeah.
Remember the lady, we crashed in front of somebody's house and they brought root beer out. And it was a Chuck E. Cheese cup. That's one of those Chuck E. Cheese cups where you sip out of the tail. And then you go like, I didn't know Chuck E. Cheese had a tail. But in this case, for this cup, he does. I feel like I love root beer for the same reason. Barks root beer. It's delicious. They're not a sponsor, but they could be.
It's aspirational, yeah.
Aspirational.
Yeah. That makes sense, actually, that you went right to the root beer cup or to the Chuck E. Cheese. We remember really weird things about these memories. What about it sticks with you?
I think I just like didn't know. My dad's a great driver, and I think it just like sticks out at me. It's like, oh, I didn't know that could happen, and like I didn't know it would like hurt if something like that did happen.
Do you remember what you were thinking when that happened? Was it something like that?
No. It was like I think I really remember like the feeling of like the seatbelt in my like neck, like that kind of that like burn feeling. Like that's like super clear.
What did it feel like?
It just hurt. Like it was like, and I think it was also like trying to put together everything that had just happened, like to kind of like, whoa, and like, yeah. And I don't even think it was like, it truly like was not that bad. Like I think we drove home, but I just was so, I was just so caught off guard by that feeling.
I think it's really beautifully put what you said though, that like it's an instance of your dad, my dad can handle the world, right? And then you realize actually he's capable of making mistakes.
Yeah. He's still an amazing driver. I really think he could have done NASCAR. It would have been good too.
Even an amazing driver can make mistakes.
Yeah. Jeff Gordon crashes cars all the time.
Have you ever been in an accident?
Yeah, I've been in a few.
Like that you were the driver for?
Yeah. Yeah.
What ones?
I was I've just like rear-ended a few people when I'm like rushing and stuff.
Like that memory. Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
I was always like caught off guard. There was always like a part of me that was like, I would like it was almost like a surprise that I like, oh, the car can't stop in time.
I was like this car's supposed to know what it's doing, and
Yeah, exactly.
This car can make a mistake.
The car can't do it.
So really, that's like, like you can't quite trust it.
A little bit. But I feel like I also like can see the fault in my own like self. That's like, oh, I shoulda.
Yeah, well, you can make mistakes too.
Exactly.
Yeah. I make mistakes.
Yeah. You know, mistakes is everybody makes mistakes. Hey, 3's in the chat if you've made mistakes.
Do you want to do an ad?
Nah, we ran out. I could be like, hey everybody, Lou juice. Kale, bring in some of the Lou juice.
I actually want to see what this Lou juice looks like.
Yeah, it'd be great. I think we still have some. Kale, did you find the Lou juice?
I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I think.
I think we still got some Red 40, man.
And I'm telling you that I looked and I just don't see it.
I'm sorry.
That's
we don't
okay.
have Red 40.
All right.
All right, cool. That's cool. Sorry, chat. It would have been sick if we could have had some sparkling alcoholic beverage right now, but another time.
But your soundbite about Lou juice, I liked it last time. What was it?
What was it? I don't remember.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
Cool.
All good, Kale.
Can I bring you a Coke or something instead? Or...
Nah, Kale, it's all good.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We did this. That's called coming up for air.
What?
When you get a little bit deep, right? And then maybe it's like time to get out of it. You come up for air.
Okay.
Come back to the comfort place.
Okay.
Yeah? But what was it like just down there? It wasn't very Ross Miles.
No.
How'd that feel?
It was all right.
It was all right?
It wasn't like, I don't know. I haven't talked about it. Was like, it was all right. It was kind of fun. I don't know if, I don't know how it was like content, but it was like, it felt good personally. Personally, it was all right. Personally, it was pretty, I felt lighter in a way or something.
It just feels good. It feels fun. Makes you feel lighter.
Yeah.
How do you feel about these long silences that we have sometimes?
I'm kind of like, it's weird. I feel like I should be talking, but I also am like, he's just gonna say shit about it.
You're actually
Like you're just gonna snipe me.
I thought I was gonna say you're surprisingly good at staying in the silences because they'll go for a while, and I think you're about to pop out and you don't.
Well, I feel like I'm like trying to be more chill.
What does being more chill look like?
I don't know. I'm thinking about that thing you said the end of the last episode when you were here. And I'm trying to, show you that it's me, baby. It's all me. And so, that means I am quieter sometimes. Fine. I can do that.
What is your understanding of what I said?
Well, you were all like, contrast between you, what you're saying and what you're doing. And I'm trying to be here right now doing it. I'm all in. You were nice enough to come back. I'm trying to meet you on your level.
You're doing a great job. I think you have made. You're trying. I think really beautifully.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, there is a kind of contrast, right? Between you and Deborah. Where she's like right there, right under the surface. She's not allowed to be maybe on camera as obviously, but then it actually kind of feels good to show her a little bit.
Deborah's a fake person. I don't know why you kind of...
She's a fake person?
Yeah. They're all fake people.
What does that mean?
The questions. All the questions are fake.
Who wrote them?
Me? You know. Yeah, they're all like, we got a bunch of questions from internet, and Bree didn't like any of them, and so she was like, why don't you just fake it? So I just wrote questions, thought stuff that I thought was like, would be like, make good content.
Is it hard to tell me that?
Little bit.
I think you're doing an amazing job.
You don't have to say that.
That's just what I think. Thank you for saying it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, when somebody, tells me something that's important that's hard for them to say, I just feel grateful.
I'm just trying to be a good actor, sell it,
Yeah, yeah. Why did you choose those questions?
I thought it would be sick content. And I also think they're just like good questions to ask. Stuff people think about.
Yeah. Would you mind if I look at this question again?
Sure.
So the question was, hey Lou, this is Jessica in LA. I recently had a fight with one of my oldest friends and I don't know what to do about it. Can you help? And then the other one was about a friend needing an apology.
Yeah.
So if that feeling is a feeling that you had, and you wanted to bring it in here, am I right?
I thought it would do well here, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think it's awesome. I actually think that the fake questions are brilliant.
Gotta watch it with these compliments, man. Chat's gonna think I'm paying you or something.
If you didn't want to have to say those questions to my face, you still found a way to get them in. I think that's really smart.
Thanks.
Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to tell me?
Chat's not real. Or at least like chat is real, but we talked to some lawyers and they were like, you shouldn't do this shit live in case some shit comes up,
Oh, so we're not even actually live. Oh. It takes pressure off.
Oh, don't be slacking though. You know, just because chat's not here.
So every time we ask chat stuff.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they'll do it when they watch it.
I see.
But you know, I wanted to make sure that they felt included whenever they do get to, you know, be a part of it.
Cool.
Because it's for them. I do it for them.
Yeah. I do it for you.
Me or them?
You.
Me?
But by doing it for you, we're doing it for them, right?
Always and forever, baby.
Exactly. Thank you for doing that.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of looks like we're getting to the end of this one.
Yeah.
But do you want to do it again?
Feels like it could be nice.
I think it'll go really well.
Only one way to find out. And that's tune in next week to Trauma Dump with your boy, Lou Wilson.
Your teeth look amazing.
Thanks. Why do you always stop it?
I gotta go.
Where you going?
I just want to go.
Okay. Kale, is lunch here?
10 out. We're 10 out.
10? What do you do for 10 minutes?
Ik ben een vrouw.
Ik ben een vrouw.
Ik ben een jongen.
Ik ben een jongen.